Hi, welcome to Cooking on the Kenai. Today I'd like to show you how to make my aunt's peanut butter bars. You can also make these into peanut butter cups or peanut butter balls that you coat with chocolate. Down here on my counter I have 2 cups of powdered sugar that I've sifted into a bowl. I am working on getting 2 cups of crushed graham crackers, and a cup of peanut butter is over here, and I have a cup of melted butter on my stove. So I need about a half cup more of graham crackers. So I think I'm going to take about 4 of them and put them in my Ziploc baggie. You could do this in a food processor if you have one. I happen to just have a bag and a rolling pin. I like to use my big heavy marble granite rolling pin because it really does a good job of crushing up these graham crackers. You want to do a very fine crush on these. You don't want any big chunks into your peanut butter bars. So you roll these out until you get all the crumbs really fine. So that looks pretty good. I'm going to finish measuring my graham cracker crumbs. I just need to finish filling my cup. Right, I have all my graham cracker crumbs ready to go. So to my bowl, I'm going to put in all my graham cracker crumbs and the peanut butter and the melted butter. This is such an easy recipe because it just goes so fast. The longest time you have to wait is for your peanut butter to solidify in the fridge once you cool it down. Okay, so I'm pouring in all my butter. And I'm going to stir this up until it's all mixed really well. It's kind of messy. My aunt made all sorts of candies, and this was one of my favorites to eat because I love peanut butter and chocolate. Oops, kind of messy. Okay, I have a foil-lined pan that I am going to pour this into. Once it solidifies, then I will be able to cut pieces of the peanut butter to put in here after I've put some chocolate in it. Or the other thing that you can do, if you don't mind not having chocolate on the bottom of your peanut butter, is to take a small scoop like this or a spoon and just put in a blob of peanut butter, graham cracker mixture in the bottom of your little tapers in your mini muffin pan. I'm just going to do it this way and show you how you can cut it. Oops, missed a little bit, didn't I? Okay, so depending on how thick you want your peanut butter bars would depend on what size of a pan. I like mine kind of thin with chocolate. More chocolate than peanut butter. Now to do the balls, what I'm going to do is after my peanut butter has set up a bit, I am going to scoop out some of this mixture and form it into balls. I'm going to refrigerate this now until it firms up. Okay, on with making the peanut butter balls. Okay, my peanut butter graham cracker mixture has cooled enough that I can start working with it. And so I'm going to show you how to make the balls and another way to make peanut butter cups besides just putting the peanut butter directly into the paper. To make the peanut butter balls, I'm going to take either a spoon and get about enough for about a walnut size piece of peanut butter and graham crackers and put it on a piece of wax paper. Or if you happen to have a little scoop, cookie scoop, you could use that to get the amount you want so that all your peanut butter balls are the same size. I'm going to do 2 or 3 of these for you real quick. Okay, so you need to melt chocolate to form the tops of your chocolate peanut butter bars and your peanut butter balls to coat them and your peanut butter cups. Once you have your candies formed, you need to make sure you refrigerate them until you get your chocolate melted. To melt your chocolate, you need to use a double boiler so that you don't burn your chocolate by putting it on the stove directly in a saucepan. I'm going to show you how to make a double boiler if you don't own one yourself. To make a double boiler if you don't have one at home, there are 2 ways that I have done it. You take a small saucepan of water, I put a canning ring in it, and I use a glass Pyrex bowl that is heat resistant and place it in the sauce pot with about 1 inch of water in it. You want to make sure that the water is not coming too far up the sides, because if you get water into your bowl with the chocolate, it will cause the chocolate to seize, which means it will clump up and not be good for melting anymore. The other way to do this is to put a smaller saucepan inside your larger saucepan and you can melt the chocolate that way. I'm going to use my Pyrex bowl because I find that most convenient because I can hold on to the lip and I can see what's going on with the water. I'm going to turn this on to bring this up to a boil and then turn it down to a simmer so that I don't get water in my chocolate. I'm using a bag of chocolate chips. You can use dark chocolate or light chocolate, whatever you prefer, and I'm going to be melting my chocolate. While my water is coming up to temperature, I'm going to show you how to make discs to put in here in case you want to put chocolate on the bottom and make a real peanut butter cup. Now I have a donut hole cutter from my grandmother that I can use to just cut circles of peanut butter to make the discs to go in there. You need to make sure that it's about the right size. I also have this top off of a salt and pepper shaker that is really just about the right size that I can use it to make my circles. If you don't happen to keep things around like that, you could also use a milk jug top. It's just about the right size. And if you have to cut some of this out to make it fit, you could do that. But this happens to work really well and it fits within my little cups. So that's how you make the discs for the peanut butter cups. Okay, I'm just gonna wait until, stir this constantly while it heats up to make sure that it's melting evenly. As you can see, my chocolate is all melted and there are no chunks in it. So now is when you start to form all your wonderful things that you're going to do with your chocolate. Okay, first off, because I wanted to make regular peanut butter cups, I'm going to put some chocolate in the bottom of each one of my little cups here and spread it around, whether you use a spoon or a fork. I'm going to put some chocolate in these, like that. Just a little bit. You need less than a teaspoon in each one of them, probably half a teaspoon or so in each one, just to cover the bottom. I'm kind of messy. That one needs a little bit more. And this other one needs just a bit more. Okay, I'll finish doing the other ones in a minute. So now I can take my discs. I have 3 sizes, so I'll put 2 here. That was my grandmother's donut hole cutter. This is the piece from the top of a salt shaker. And here's another disc that I cut with the milk jug top. So now what I can do with those is cover them with chocolate to make your peanut butter cups. So here are how they look when they are done. You can fill them as full as you'd like with the chocolate. It does get rather hard because you need to keep these in the refrigerator because they are peanut butter and butter. Okay, so to coat your peanut butter balls, I take 2 forks and I put my ball in the chocolate, put chocolate over the peanut butter ball on all sides, and then tap it. This is why you need to make sure those peanut butter balls are solid, and put it back on your wax paper. The other way you can get it off without using a fork is you put your peanut butter ball in there and coat it with the chocolate. Tap off all the extra chocolate because you don't need a whole lot. And the other way to get it off, if you don't want to use 2 forks, is to use a toothpick, and it'll help slide it off. You could do all sorts of fun little designs on the top if you wanted to, add sprinkles or all sorts of things. I see that I missed you seeing how I did that one with the toothpick, so I'll do another one that way. So I put my peanut butter ball in my chocolate, make sure it was all coated nice, tapped off the extra, and then set it down and used my toothpick to pull it down off, just like that. With the rest of the chocolate, after I finish the rest of these, I will coat my pan of chocolate, or my pan of peanut butter and graham cracker. Thought I'd show you what our peanut butter treats look like inside. Here's the peanut butter balls and the peanut butter cups. A plate full of chocolate peanut butter treats. Enjoy!